as a kid, I was like, Olympians are superheroes, and having that superhero moment at the Olympics really motivated me to keep moving on with the sport. And I had the all-around championship. So there's two different types of world championships. There's the all-around championships, and there's single distance championships. And all-around championships is more of a long distance specialized race, and it was my first ever world championships uh, ever. So I was definitely just excited to be there. All these people from the Olympics are going to the world championships as well, and I get to compete against them. And I think having that chance to go there and reskate a 5K, the 5K that I missed at the Olympics kind of made me excited to race these really good skaters and, kind of have a redo of the Olympics at the World Championships. And, it was a great experience. And I think, it just made me realize that the sport is, something that I want to do till the next Olympics for sure and just keep going with it because
Yeah.
something amazing for sure.
Well, I think, and it's such a great point, right? Is in all sports, you hear a lot about, getting the experience to be in the arena, to be on the stage. And so to be able to have that experience at the Olympics and then be able to take that and all of a sudden you're seeing a lot of these Olympians again at the next event. It's like, okay, I've been here, I've had this experience. It doesn't feel as new. It's, the novelty is still there, but at the same time you feel like you have a little bit of more of a foundation for you. And like you said, now it's the look to the next Olympics and preparing. And
Yeah, so I'm trying to, just be a better athlete like individually because the sport is a very individual like sport. It's you against the clock essentially. And I'm trying to basically just make something happen for myself. And I'm definitely, I am strong in my individual races like my 5K, 10K, 1500, but I'm just looking forward to keep making those little marginal steps up towards, I this past season I was able to receive top 10 in the World Cup overall. So that's the overall
amazing.
ranking after 5 or 6 World Cups. And that was pretty awesome to see because, me still pretty young in the sport, on the same stage as some athletes that have been around it for years and years is pretty awesome. And it's just a goal of mine to just, keep seeing those, results just come with the hard work that I put in. And I also was able, so there's a four continents championships that happens every year.
Yes. Wanted to
Um,
ask you about that.
yeah, so that happens every year. It's kind of like a world championship, but without Europe. Every country except for European countries. And there's still some really good skaters there. Like some of the top distance guys are from Canada and Japan and Korea. Like we still had those countries there to compete against. And, it was an awesome experience being at home, and I was able to take the win in the 5K, which was a huge milestone for me. It was my first ever individual, gold medal in a championship race or any race basically that's not a team event. And it was a huge moment because, I had my home crowd, my parents there, and everyone there to witness that. And I think it just shows that I'm just getting that much better every year and just marginally I can see those just changes, and I think it's exciting to see, and I just want to keep that momentum, moving forward. And it's a sport of milliseconds,
Hmm.
literally.
Yeah.
Like you have to like that race, that 5K race, I won by 0.03, I think.
Wow.
That's a blink of an eye,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah. It
You
just shows how at the top levels how close everyone is. Like everyone is that good. That's how quick you have to win by, which is why in the other race where you were saying you beat the team by like a second, that's like a landslide, right?
yeah.
In those qualifying. Um, Talk to me about the difference between how it feels to win as a team and as an individual, because, with a team, as you mentioned, there's so much of relying on each other, trusting in each other. Even, hey, if I have an off day or an off moment, you were able to pick up the slack. You were able to come through. But when you're an individual, it's like it's all you. And like you said, you versus the clock. So what was the different feeling between winning as a team and then winning as an individual?
Yeah, so winning as a team, I feel like you said it right, like trust in everyone else. And we spend so much time like talking to each other, how to save a millisecond here and there. And we have to trust each other to like execute what they're so like each person has their own role. I'm the front guy, so I kind of set up the track pattern for everyone else and hit the apex at the right moment and everything. And the guy in second, is kind of like the connection link between the first and the third guy. He
Okay.
keeps his hand up the whole time and is pushing the front guy for the whole 8 laps. And then the third guy, it's kind of like the accelerator pedal. He builds into the corner and he pushes the people out of the corner. And which because the most of the speed is gained in the corner, and then the straightaway is where you lose most of it. So just staying consistent throughout a race. And I think that carries on because each person's role is so important,
Mhm.
and it feels like a success for everyone when you win, but also for yourself because you're able to execute what you wanted to do, um, to a T basically. So it's
Yeah.
definitely uh, a group effort, but also, you have that individual success already there.
Yeah.
Um, but, that can carry into an individual success because, you have those teammates to help you get faster, not just as a team, but as an individual. And you can almost relate your individual success to that team success because, they almost balance each other out. I
Yeah.
think having a team that's so supportive, it's so important because, you get stronger as a team, essentially. That's what I think of skating like. You get stronger as a team. And, you have the younger generation coming up. We have some younger teammates coming to our team this season. And, we just need to bring them up to speed and like show them what it's like to be an elite skater and just like right away, because that's kind of like what happened to me. And, you relate that individual success to your upbringing and like how you got to where you
Right.
are. And you kind of think about that. And obviously you have to give some of it to the coach too, because, they basically been through everything with you until that medal that you just won. So
Yeah.
it's definitely just trusting yourself and trusting everyone around you to get you to that level for sure.